This is Nightline.
Tonight, Prince no more. Prince Andrew officially stripped of his royal title and evicted from his home. The scathing statement from Buckingham Palace, the fallout from the disgraced former royal's connection to Jeffrey Epstein.
The king has now acted because the Epstein fingertips are reaching into the crown itself, and that cannot be allowed.
All amid accusations that Andrew sexually abused Virginia Giuffre when she was underage.
He knows what happened. I know what happened. And there's only one of us telling the truth, and I know that's me.
Which he denied to the BBC.
I can absolutely categorically tell you it never happened.
What her family is saying tonight.
She should be here in this victory, in this moment. It was everything that she was fighting for.
Plus, back from the dead? It's one of life's biggest mysteries. What happens when we die?
I flatlined.
You flatlined?
Yeah.
You literally died.
I died.
The stories of near-death experiences that sound like there may be something beyond this life. Jamie Foxx sharing on his Netflix comedy special.
I say this all the time. I saw the tunnel. I didn't see the light. It was hot in that tunnel.
But is there scientific proof of life after death?
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stephanie Ramos. Tonight, scathing words from Buckingham Palace as King Charles strips his disgraced brother Andrew of rank, status, and home. The dramatic and extremely rare actions, a consequence of the scandal of the now former Royals Association with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Since he was born, the second son of the late Queen Elizabeth, brother of the king, has been known as Prince Andrew, but no longer.
It's monumental what the king has done. He has acted almost with the determination of a medieval monarch in separating his brother Andrew from all elements of title and style that normally people who are born into the royal family keep.
Tonight, a withering statement from Buckingham Palace stripping Andrew of his prince title, stating that the former prince will now be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, and that he'll be evicted from his royal residence, a 30-room estate called Royal Lodge. His ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, who also lives there, will have to make her own arrangements. He will effectively no longer be royal.
It's a very damning statement. It's about as damning as you can get, really, taking everything possible away from him.
For more than a decade, Andrew has been under scrutiny for his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender and multi-millionaire financier accused of recruiting underage girls for illicit massages and sex.
Prince Andrew was a frequent visitor to Jeffrey Epstein's homes, not only in Manhattan, but also on his private Caribbean island. And we know that the two traveled in similar circles.
Virginia Giuffre, who alleges that she was also a victim of sex trafficking and abuse by Jeffrey Epstein, has long claimed Epstein forced her to have sex with Andrew when she was just 17. Allegations Andrew has denied.
He knows exactly what he's done, and I hope he comes clean about it.
Andrew was asked about Giuffre's allegations in a 2019 BBC interview.
I can absolutely categorically tell you it never happened.
The statement from Buckingham Palace even mentioning his alleged victims, declaring these censures are deemed necessary, notwithstanding the fact that he continues to deny the allegations against him. Pressure had been growing on the palace to oust Andrew and strip him of his titles. Even this week, King Charles heckled at an engagement.
How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew?
The king has now acted because the Epstein fingertips are reaching into the crown itself, and that cannot be allowed.
It definitely shows just how strong the feeling is and how this sense of the survival of the monarchy has had to be at the forefront of everything.
It's the biggest scandal to hit the royal family since Harry and Meghan left royal duties and moved to the United States, though they were allowed to keep their titles as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The Andrew controversy just wouldn't go away, growing after the posthumous release of a new memoir written by Giuffre, who died by suicide before it was published. In her book, she described Andrew as entitled and says he believed having sex with me was his birthright.
She just wanted him to acknowledge her and acknowledge what he did.
Her brother and sister-in-law speaking with ABC Tonight.
Like, I was just blown away of, like, the king did it. Like, he took his brother's title and stripped it. I had no expectation for him to do that.
I just started uncontrollably crying, and it was joy, but it was, sorrow, because she should be here in this victory, in this moment. It was everything that she was fighting for.
In 2021, Giuffre filed a lawsuit against Andrew, claiming he sexually abused her multiple times when she was a teenager. The suit, which was filed in federal court in New York, outlines 3 incidents in which the prince allegedly sexually assaulted Giuffre, 2 of those occurring on Epstein's property, and 1 at the London home of Epstein's longtime associate Ghislaine Maxwell.
The royals live and die by the court of public opinion, and Andrew has lost there.
In a 2019 interview with the BBC's Panorama, Giuffre detailed her allegations against the then prince.
Ghislaine tells me that I have to do for Andrew what I do for Jeffrey. And that made me sick. I just didn't expect it from royalty.
Andrew has denied all of Giuffre's allegations. In a rare television interview with BBC Newsnight that same year, he maintained that he has no recollection of her and that he never had sex with her. The interview, however, backfired spectacularly for Andrew.
She was very specific about that night. She described dancing with you and you profusely sweating, and that she went on to have bath, possibly.
There's a slight problem with the sweating because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time.
But Giuffre said this now infamous photo of the 2 of them together backs up her account.
He knows what happened. I know what happened. And there's only one of us telling the truth, and I know that's me.
Nobody can prove whether or not that photograph has been doctored, but I don't recollect that photograph ever being taken.
The prince paid millions to settle Giuffre's claims with a denial of wrongdoing, and he stepped back from his royal duties, although keeping his titles and palatial residence until now.
He's probably going to go and live a very quiet life. We understand that he's going to be living in a property on the Sandringham estate, that King Charles will be funding anything necessary in the future privately. He's very much a private citizen now.
Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide in jail in 2019 while awaiting trial for sex trafficking. Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's longtime girlfriend, was found guilty in 2021 of conspiring with Epstein to sexually abuse minors and was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Maxwell still maintains her innocence, but the Supreme Court just declined her appeal for a new trial.
I think there's a big question mark over to what extent this mitigates damage. If there is further damaging information to come from the Epstein files, it's still going to reflect on the royal family because these allegations relate to a time when he was a working royal and he is still the king's brother.
Although his royal life may be over, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor remains 8th in line to the throne, though not as a prince, but just Andrew.
Virginia is no longer here, but if she were here, what do you think her reaction would be to this?
I was a truth teller. This is for every single woman and man that has ever been victimized by sexual abuse out there, to say your voice matters, because this is not over. This is only the beginning.
Up next, we shift gears on this Thursday night, Halloween Eve, and go behind the spirits of near-death experiences. What some, including Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner, say about their short-term visits to the other side. Welcome back. Halloween is a time when we tell stories about the connection between the living and the dead. And for some people, they say they know what lies beyond because they did die and came back to tell the tale. Here's Nightline's Ashin Singh.
Gabby Mooney is making her country music dreams come true here in Nashville, exclusively sharing her upcoming single, Safe, with us. But her dreams were almost cut short a few years ago, when she came down with a splitting headache while driving to visit her family back in Arkansas.
This one was so pounding that I could barely see the road, but I remember thinking, I'm just gonna keep driving. You're gonna feel so much better in your own bed. And I just wanted to make it home.
Gabby did make it home, but she says hours later, her mother woke up in the middle of the night and found Gabby desperately ill.
She's like, I think we need to take you to the hospital. And I said, no, I'm good. And she said I started having seizures. It was tornado weather, so the ambulances were not running. And so my dad and my mom, they called a private ambulance company, and they met them at a Baptist church about a few miles up the road so they could get me to the ER faster. I was having apparently multiple seizures in the ambulance.
Her family finally got her to the closest hospital.
They were trying to intubate me, and I flatlined.
You flatlined?
Yeah.
You literally died.
I died.
That's when she says she experienced something unlike ever before.
When I was quote unquote dead, I just knew that it was just like Jesus' hand was just going like this, and my spirit was rising. And it was just like, not yet. And I felt that of knowing that it was not my time. And it was just like this, communication between me and the Father, but also it felt the most peaceful, incredible feeling I had ever felt in my life. I didn't want to come back.
Stories of near-death experiences, or NDEs, have captured our imaginations. For actor Jeremy Renner, his brush with death was so profound, he also says coming back to life was actually a letdown. The Oscar-nominated actor almost died 2 years ago when he was run over by his own 7-ton snowplow. While he hovered near death, Renner said he experienced a beautiful moment, writing about it in his memoir, My Next Breath.
What I felt was an energy, a constantly connected, beautiful, fantastic energy. There's no time, place, or space. There's nothing to see, except kind of a two-way vision made from strands of inconceivable energy.
Other celebrities also sharing their stories about brushes with death, including Jamie Foxx, speaking out in his Netflix special.
It was kind of oddly peaceful. I say this all the time. I saw the tunnel. I didn't see the light. It was hot in that tunnel. Am I going to the wrong place in this?
About 70% of people around the world believe there is life after death.
The bigger picture of near-death experience is that powerful continued evidence of life after death. So for people that have that fear of death, for people that worry about what happened to their loved one when they died, this is profoundly reassuring.
Dr. Jeffrey Long is a radiation oncologist who has been researching near-death experiences for more than 25 years. He says the topic of NDEs has become less taboo in part because of the serious scientific research that's been done on them.
There was a Pew Forum that did a survey of American adults, and they asked directly if people believed that a near-death experience was an observation of the spirit leaving the physical body. Amazingly, 72% said yes. So nearly 3/4 of people in America are endorsing what's basically a definition of near-death experience.
He founded the Near-Death Experience Research Foundation and says he's reviewed more than 4,000 accounts of NDEs. Dr. Long says his work has shown there are 12 elements that may occur during an NDE, including an out-of-body experience, heightened senses, passing through a tunnel, and encountering past loved ones.
The implications of this are radical. It means that our consciousness, who we are, all that we are, is far more than just our physical brain. It means that we have a conscious existence after our physical brain function stops, literally an afterlife. That's exciting.
Some skeptics say these experiences could be sparked by a physical trauma, leading to hallucinations or by extreme psychological pressure, leading to dissociation.
I would think the common consensus would be that no, they don't exist, that they are not a spiritual experience, they are the process of death and dying, and that's just what we all go through.
People that believe that everything in a near-death experience is due to physical brain function, I've concluded that can't explain anything that we've been talking about that happens in a near-death experience.
For Gabby, her near-death experience came during a major medical crisis. After being brought back to life, she was transferred to a bigger hospital where doctors raced to keep her alive, draining fluid from inside her head, caused by a benign brain cyst. She says her next memory after her NDE was waking up in the hospital. At her bedside was her family, including brother Shay Mooney of country duo megastars Dan and Shay, and her now husband.
I thought about if I would have been gone and if I would have died that day. Just thinking of missing all those milestones of my nieces, I didn't want to be a story that their parents told. I wanted to be there. So I think that's the biggest. I didn't think I was gonna cry at this. I'm so sorry.
Nearly everyone who's had a near-death experience says their lives will never be the same.
I'm a person that has used to have a lot of anxiety and dealt with depression and all of that. And after this, it really changed my outlook on world problems.
Then this summer, another health scare. She was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer.
I just wanna feel safe.
Any part of you like, I can't catch a break?
Oh yeah. I was like, you gotta be joking. But after this whole experience with my brain, I knew that my life is not my own. I can't worry. So I put it in God's hands.
She says she's now cancer-free. Did you fear death before, you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's the not knowing. And now it feels like I know. And it's awesome. And just knowing that God's there waiting for us to give us his blessings, it's so much easier to live life.
Our thanks to Ashin. For much more on other near-death experiences and spirits some say are still on Earth, watch Impact by Nightline, Back from the Dead, now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu. And now a look ahead at tomorrow's show. On our Halloween edition of Frightline, we take you to the sinister side of Comic-Con, where fans come face-to-face with legendary horror villains. We're one-on-one with Freddy Krueger himself, Robert Englund. And when we come back, a sneak peek at the final season of Stranger Things. The new trailer going viral after the break. And finally tonight, on this Halloween Eve, an early treat for fans. Stranger Things, teasing its 5th and last season in a brand new trailer. After a 3-year wait, fans pouncing on the teaser, netting more than 6 million views in just hours. The trailer leaning into the epic ending vibe of it all. The first volume of Stranger Things Season 5 drops the night before Thanksgiving. Looking forward to that. That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here at the same time tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.